listening to B2B Tech Talk with Ingram Micro, the place to learn about new technology and technological advances before they become mainstream. This podcast is sponsored by Ingram Micro Financial Solutions. Increase your buying power and get your customers to yes with Ingram Micro Financial Solutions. Let's get into it.
Thank you for joining us here today at our B2B Tech Talk series. My name is Melanie Delvalle, and I'm the Director of Customer Finance. We're here today joined by Tony Celeste, Executive Director and GM of our public sector business, and Michelle Hoppock, Financial Solutions Executive supporting our public sector business. We're here today to learn more about the public sector initiatives and how financing can play a critical role into helping our partners deliver our solutions. Before we kick it off, can we take a few minutes and Tony and Michelle, tell us a little about yourselves and your role at Ingram. Tony?
Sure. Thank you, Melanie. As the Executive Director and General Manager, I'm responsible for leading all aspects of Ingram Micro's public sector business, from strategy to profitable execution and growth. I have the privilege of overseeing the operation of two of our wholly owned subsidiaries, which are both focused on the public sector market. They include Ingram Micro Public Sector and ProMark Technology. These days, I prefer to describe my public sector experience in decades, as it's a smaller number and it makes me feel a little younger. In my career, I've held senior leadership positions at multiple industry-leading technology manufacturers, a value-added reseller, and even a systems integrator. And while the diversity of experience brings value, the most valuable attribute is these companies all have one thing in common, and it's our focus on securely delivering mission-enabling IT solutions to the federal, state, and local government and education markets.
Well, Tony, thank you for joining Ingram. We're lucky to have you with all of your experience. Michelle, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Sure thing, Mel. So I'm a financial solutions executive with over 20 years experience helping our customers grow by leveraging a variety of different financial programs. I really enjoy getting to know our partners and, understanding their business and really becoming part of their growth journey. That's what really drives me to be here. And lucky for me, I have the opportunity to support our public sector business unit, and I'm very excited to be working with Tony's team.
Thank you, and thank you for that insight. Appreciate both of you joining us here today. I know you have a wealth of knowledge in this area. What I'm really excited to hear about is how is Ingram differentiating themselves in the public sector business? Tony, we'll start with you.
At Ingram Micro Public Sector, there are really two things that'll differentiate us in the public sector market. First, it's our people with their deep subject matter expertise. And secondly, it's our mission focus. It's all about the customer experience and getting our vendor partners and reseller customers quickly to the right resources, the ones that have an intimate understanding of all of the unique aspects in the federal, state, and local government and education markets. This can include acquisition regulations, certification requirements, contracting vehicles, agency-specific technology and solution standards. Our associates deal in these requirements every day, and navigating the federal acquisition regulations, the FARs and DFARs, and competition alone can be challenging without this experience.
And Tony, that's a great wealth of resources at the organization, and I think that's really going to help our partners. So when you look at today, there's a number of different factors that are facing our partners. These range from work from home to supply chain constraints. I'd love to hear more from you on how these challenges of today are impacting our public sector business.
Thanks, Mel. The public sector market is mission-oriented, whether it be improving citizen services, protecting first responders and servicemen and women, improving health outcomes for citizens and veterans, or helping educators teach in new ways. It's all about applying the benefits of technological innovation to digitally transform their missions. The market's increased dependency on technology and how it's consumed isn't creating challenges, but rather opportunities to improve mission enablement and deliver on mission outcomes. From a technology perspective, always a top priority these days is cybersecurity. It's at the top of everyone's mind for obvious reasons. As technology adoption continues to accelerate, the attack surface area continues to grow. But there are many other technologies that are top of mind too. Virtualization, mobility, data center, big data, AI, analytics, and cloud. These diverse sets of technologies are creating a big need for solution aggregation to support hybrid environments that can be consumed in different ways, from capital purchases to as a service, subscription, and utility consumption models. And at Ingram, we can help partners deliver on all of these solutions.
And I think that ties in really well to having the right people and the right resources, as you had mentioned earlier. So, Tony, what are some of the key initiatives taking place at Ingram to help support our public sector partners?
We have 4 key initiatives, and they're all based on value creation to provide significant benefits to our partners and customers, but ultimately to the end users in the market. First is our partner enablement. Through greater subject matter expertise, our reseller partners will be able to access Ingram associates that deal in the unique requirements of these markets all day long, and they have a mission focus. They will be experts in the public sector, including acquisition regulations, supply chain, and technology requirements. Secondly, there's improved end-user market intelligence, enabling our reseller and vendor partners to engage earlier in the sales cycle, not just responding to opportunities, but creating them, thus shortening sales cycles, lessening competition, increasing deal registrations, and winning more often and more profitably. Third is greater access to solutions. It will enable our partners to access more solutions through increased vendor authorizations and repeatable, tailored compliance solutions. It'll include special financing solutions, as a service, cloud, security, data center, networking, mobility, and more. And last but not least is our enhanced market agility with improved market alignment and a go-to-market that scales with the ability to respond more quickly to requests while providing enhanced supply chain security, technology, and acquisition compliance.
So, Michelle, when Tony described some of the key initiatives, one of the things he mentioned there was financing. So maybe you can talk to us a little bit about how does financing fit into the initiatives that Ingram's looking to drive with the public sector business?
Sure, Mel. So we understand how critical the role of financing is to our partners to help grow their business and solve for the unique nature of doing business with government agencies. And we have the expertise as well as strategic partnerships in place to deliver agile and flexible public sector financing solutions. Whether the ask is for additional credit capacity to facilitate those larger government contracts, or option year financing to help the government overcome budget challenges. We have programs like our federal escrow program and flexible financing, including as a service offerings to help our partners deliver these mission critical outcomes. So I'd say we fit in well.
Thanks. Tony, anything you want to add around that?
Sure, Mel. Thank you. The government has been consuming technology solutions in different ways for a long time. Cloud back in the day was time sharing. As a service was seat management or capacity on demand. They've always used both OpEx and CapEx to achieve mission objectives, and they'll continue to do both for the foreseeable future where it makes the most sense. Being able to address the annual budget and the funding limitations with financing options, as a service, subscription solutions, are real game changers for partners looking to capitalize on the desire for utility and consumption models. The pendulum swings back and forth, and organizations need to partner with companies like Ingram that can provide a full set of financial solutions to meet these changes, including partner credit, terms, flooring needs. Lastly, They need to understand the acquisition regulations, the FARs and the DFARs, and the unique requirements that govern these transactions and how to navigate them and position the financial solution offerings early in the sales cycles.
I appreciate that. And I really like one of the things you said around partnering, right? Our partners don't have to do it alone. They have a great resource within Ingram Micro to be able to help drive their initiatives. So, Michelle, if you're talking to one of our partners today who's focusing on the public sector, what are 3 things that you'd like them to take away?
Yeah, like Tony just mentioned, bring us in early to be that strategic part of their sales campaign. With budgetary problems and supply chain issues, I feel that is so important for our partners to bring us in on their opportunities in the very beginning so that we can help them strategize and provide effective financing solutions to help the government overcome obstacles that they may be facing. And second, incorporate creative financing to meet the budget needs of the agency, such as offering option year financing plans. This enables the government agencies to get the technology and equipment they need now versus what their designated budget allows them to. They can take the remainder of an obligation and spread it across multiple fiscal years. This will help them alleviate any budget blocks and free up capital for other projects. And last would be leverage financing solutions to help drive and deliver mission outcomes. I really feel like this will give our partners a competitive edge over others not offering these solutions to the government.
So thank you both. I think that was a lot of great insights. It's really exciting to hear how the people are going to make a difference, the key initiatives that the business is driving, and how financing can play a critical role into that. One of the key areas that we like to ask our guests is, where do you see technology going over the next year? But I would love it if we could focus on where technology is going in the public sector space. Michelle, let's start with you.
Sure thing. So to me, it seems that the public sector is more open to adopting new consumption models, and I can see a need where creative financing will be necessary to help mitigate challenges related to variable budgeting.
Thank you. Tony?
From a technology perspective, we are going to continue to see increased demand and spend to digitally transform, to improve services, to drive mission outcomes, and to better compete in a global economy. The government is going to get back to leading by example with its adoption and use of technological solutions while continuing to push for more innovation. We're going to see increased focus on supply chain risk management and having multiple secure sources for the things that they consume, and more things sourced and built here on U.S. soil.
Thank you both. I think that's a lot of great insight. Michelle, where can customers go if they want to learn more about what was discussed here today?
Yeah, they can email us at financialsolutions@ingrammicro.com to have those more in-depth conversations, or visit our ImagineX site for additional information on all of our program offerings.
Excellent. Tony, Michelle, thank you so much for being guests here today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You've been listening to B2B Tech Talk with Ingram Micro. This episode was sponsored by Ingram Micro's Financial Solutions. B2B Tech Talk is a joint production with Sweetfish Media and Ingram Micro. Ingram Micro production handled by Laura Burton. To not miss an episode, subscribe today to your favorite podcast platform.